much. So first off, can I get started, Bird? All right, so we brought Bird. He's our cameraman today, so shout out to Bird for coming in.
Birdman.
We don't get a lot of quick notice on some of these pods, so it's always nice when you have someone like him to just show up.
I could not have been any more last minute.
No, you couldn't have been. Mikki and I were introduced to each other maybe 2 hours ago, but we have all our own equipment, so we're able to throw this together quick, and then Mikki threw together a party, which is pretty great. So, are you from LA or Vegas?
I live in LA. I have a house in Vegas too, but okay. I live in LA. Yeah. LA.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome to Scottsdale on the Rocks episode. Who knows anymore? Maybe 17, 18. We're really lucky to have someone really cool today. We don't get a lot of I would call him a celebrity. If you've never heard of him, I'd be very surprised. He's got a lot of viral videos all over the internet, all over Instagram, all over TikTok. Are you on TikTok? I don't have a TikTok.
Yeah, so I actually don't even post on social media. The only thing I do is I post a lot of sex tapes on my Instagram story. But other than that, I don't post anywhere. All my viral clips, viral moments, all my views come from everybody just taking pieces of stuff they've seen of me and posting it on their own pages.
You didn't do any of that production?
Nothing.
Okay, I want to get more into that. Sure. But again, I just want to introduce, it's Mikki Mase. He's here with us in Scottsdale. We got him for one night. He's heading back to, you're heading out of town tomorrow. And it really is our pleasure to have him on the pod. We're very thankful for you thinking of us and coming on. And Mikki, real quick, what are you doing in Scottsdale?
So Kirgo.com is an online casino, and they have an arrangement with every fraternity in the state of Arizona. And they're doing a competition, and whoever wins the competition gets, I'm not going to say what it is, but it's a very, very worthy reward. So I knew they were going through some of the business meetings, and I had a 2-day period before I had to get to Miami, and they just got me a plane. So I just came over here to hang out and see what was happening.
All right, dope. And you were telling me it's only your third time in Scottsdale.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So have you gone out at night around here? Do you know what our deal is?
I went to Old Town once. I had a great time. But it was only I was only here for 2 nights, and one night I was busy. The other night I went to Old Town. The other time I was here was I didn't go out, and I just got here yesterday.
Have you ever dated someone from Scottsdale?
I have not dated, but I have been socially friendly with.
The odds are pretty good in our favor. That we got it pretty good. And a lot of our talent here spills over to Vegas and LA quite often. And
that's right.
Half of it comes from Vegas and LA. So
that's right.
I call Vegas and LA theater towns into Scottsdale these days.
Yeah.
It is big time. We have a lot of honestly, it started during COVID. We got taken over. We were one of the last cities in town to close down during COVID as far as the party scene. Yeah. And so everyone was like, all right, let's just go to Scottsdale. It's the only place to party.
Sure.
And we were introduced to a lot of people that didn't even know we existed. And I ask people all the time, what do you think the number one party city is? I like to ask people that aren't from here. I like to get their opinion on our town. We have a lot of stigmas associated with Scottsdale. And we always get number one. Everyone's like, I love it here. So.
Well, I know a funny story.
Yes.
So when I was younger, I spent a lot of time incarcerated. And I taught myself and took my GED, my SATs, and applied to 5 colleges, all while incarcerated. And I got accepted at all 5 universities, but I couldn't get re-paroled in time. I was on a parole violation. And one that I applied and got accepted to was ASU.
You got accepted to ASU.
Yeah.
All right. So he must be smart because he definitely doesn't have the looks. Yeah, I don't know about this. ASU really will accept anybody for the record, but hey, literally in prison and got into ASU.
Yeah, so my reason for applying is because I was looking up for, to party, the nightlife, and ASU's always been known as that spot. Swear to God, yeah.
All right, well, tell us more about yourself, if you don't mind. Why you said you started out very young in prison?
Yeah, my first time being incarcerated, I was 15. I did 364 days in a juvenile prison.
Full year.
Yeah, they actually made a documentary it's on Netflix. So I went to a place, I got transferred after 6 months to another facility, but the first one I went to is called Academy Ivy Ridge. It's in Ogdensburg, New York. And there's a 3-part docuseries on Netflix about AIR. It's called The Program, I think. And I was very small role, but I was involved a little bit. Like I can't take any credit, but I was there in early stages of the production of the show, and I gave my experiences. There's 2 books written on my experience in Ivy Ridge.
All right, we'll look that up and flash a thing of it so we can all watch it. That's pretty cool. When did that come out?
I would say like 6 months ago it came out.
Oh, so it's fresh.
Yeah, it was trending. I think it was #1 for like the first week or something.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So that had to like really play a big influence on your life at being something that aggressive at that young of an age.
Yeah. So they got shut down for like these high levels of corruption. They were beating us, starving us, abusing us, sexually, physically, emotionally, all these things. And eventually the feds came in and shut them down, and it was all.
Were you there when they got shut down?
No, it happened not long after I left though. So I got transferred to another place that also the feds shut down called Cross Creek Manor in Laverton, Utah.
Man, there's a lot of these stories coming out right now.
Yeah.
There's a new one on HBO called Teen Torture. Have you seen that one?
I haven't, but I bet you it's very similar.
Like a bunch of these schools and like that you never get out. They send you to the next one, or they send you to the next one. And big people are coming out saying they were in them. It doesn't sound as hardcore as the one you were in though. But like Paris Hilton was in one.
Yeah, exactly, and Paris Jackson too. So Paris Jackson and I are good friends, and when her and Paris Hilton started like doing this like PR campaign against these juvenile programs, I had tried to get involved a little bit with Paris Jackson. They were already like kind of moving on, but like huge support to like advocate away from child abuse and child abusing facilities.
And apparently there's just a shitload of them, a lot.
The biggest con is that they trick the parents, and the parents are so distraught, they're out of options, they don't know what else to do, and then they get tricked at their weakest moment, and so the parents are volunteering a lot of the children. Mine was court ordered, but a lot of the parents are volunteering the children. So the child-parent relationship is really damaging moving forward. The child blames the parent blames the child, and the truth is neither of their fault.
How much therapy did this take for you to like work out?
I am not a therapy guy. I didn't do therapy. As I got older, I just started to look at other perspectives and understand my parents would never intentionally put me in this kind of harm's way. I was a bad kid. I know that I was a bad kid. And I go, if my kid was as bad as I was, what would I do? And if somebody came to me and said, you tried everything except for this and I promise it works, I would do anything to save my child's life, just like my parents would. So I know they did it with the right intention, and it's unfortunate they got scammed.
Hey, well, I guess you learned how to scam or how to get a con at a very young age. That'll segue us right into what you've been doing your whole life. When did you start gambling?
I started gambling really young. I came from a gambling neighborhood. My family, I come from a long line of like high stakes gamblers, and I probably learned how to play my first card game when I was like maybe 6 or 7.
What was the first game?
Probably it was Texas Hold'em. The real game that my family played was Rummy, Hungarian Rummy to be exact. And Rummy, Gin Rummy, Texas Hold'em, those are all the basic versions, a 5-card draw. These are all the basic versions of poker that you need to understand to play essentially every other game.
You're just learning all the seats and everything. What do you think of our casinos in Scottsdale?
I am banned from Talking Stick and Arizona Casino. Happened in the same night.
And that's the same company?
I think it's the same owners, I believe.
Casino Arizona, I think it's called. It's like they own a bunch of. They own Talking Stick and like.
Because there's one location called Casino Arizona.
Right, on McKellis.
Yeah, they threw me out. The Talking Stick threw me out first.
Okay.
Then I went to Casino Arizona, and they're like, don't even walk any further.
Wow.
I filmed them throwing me out.
Did they know about you from Vegas, or how did they know about you?
I have a video of Talking Stick throwing me out on my TikTok. It went pretty viral. They just said, they're like, we know who you are. Your place is too strong. We will not take your business. We have to escort you off site.
So you never even got to play?
The first one, which was Talking Stick, I played for, I don't know, like 10 minutes. Just enough time for security to catch up.
What did you think for small town Scottsdale? Like, it's all right.
Indian reservation casinos are really hard to beat. They have no federal regulation. So like in Vegas and Atlantic City, they do have regulation, so they can cheat less. The Indian casinos can be as greedy as they want, cheat as much as they want, and make as big as an edge as they want, and nobody can stop them. So basically, Indian casinos are hard to beat.
They're all cheating, though.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the premise of what you've been saying on your social media. And like you said, people have been posting. And so having said that, are you 86 from all of Vegas, or how does that work?
There's 2 casinos that I'm allowed to be at. One of them, they invited me to the grand opening 4 nights in a row. And on the night of the 4th one, they told me I have to leave for 24 hours for coaching. So they seem to be a little sensitive when they do and do not want me there. Then another casino, there's one other one that just lets me do whatever. But I can't stay there. I can't dine there. I get no comps. I get no negotiations, no extended limits. They simply said, if you want to come in, play standard table limits for a few hours and leave, we won't stop you. And I think they do that knowing that it's my only real casino left. So every time I have to take a celebrity to gamble in Vegas, they know by proxy. There's by default.
Do you walk in with the celebrity?
Yeah, we fly together or whatever.
And you walk into the casino together, and that's not gonna. And you couldn't. Would it be illegal for you to just send someone in? Okay, I saw you with Lil Baby on your Instagram.
Yeah.
How does that work? You and Lil Baby just walk into the casino, and they're like, as long as he's gambling and not you, or you have to go into a casino where you're allowed in?
I have to go where I'm allowed. In the beginning, they let me call ahead. I'm like, hey, I'm coming in tonight with Lil Baby. What's the situation? And they'll just decide. They'll be like, oh, you can come in and play with him, or you can come in, you can't play, but you can sit with him and coach. Oh, you can come in, but you can't coach. You can just sit there. They pick and choose. And then finally they just said, don't come in at all. I don't care.
Oh, they don't even want you coaching.
Yeah, they're don't even come in at all. I don't care about anything else. Don't even come in.
Oh my God. So they know they're going to lose their ass when you walk in.
More times than not. But
okay.
The thing is that whatever I'm going to win is not going to affect their bottom line. These are, $100 billion public companies or what have you. No matter how much I could ever win on my best day in my life will never affect their bottom line. What's happening is they're essentially allowing a fox in the hen house. So if I have found a way to beat games that are supposed to be unbeatable, then I can cause other damage from the inside out. I'm just an overall liability.
Damn. All right, so what's your move now, man?
You want to come on?
Hey, let's get Colin over here.
This is my boy.
All right, we're going to bring Colin on.
What up?
What up? How we doing? How we doing?
Colin, just hold this next to your mouth.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Is he on? Is he good over there? On this one? Is he good? Yeah. Or do I got to move over?
No, you're good. Get right here?
There we go.
All right. What's up, guys? It's Colin Dubin right here.
Keep it close, I think. Right? You got to keep it close?
Yeah.
All right, you got to hold it right here, Colin.
Right
Sorry.
here? Right
He'll
here?
tell you because he can hear us talking.
Yeah.
Got it.
Colin, tell us who the hell you are.
Yeah, I'm Colin Dubin. I go to ASU. I just met all these guys the other day.
Where are you from?
I'm from Illinois.
From Illinois, Chicago?
Yeah,
Chicago.
right outside of Chicago. I'm about an hour and a half away from Chicago. So.
Yeah, listen, Scottsdale's as far as a tank of gas will take you from Chicago. We have so many people here from Chicago. It's like half our town.
Yeah, it really did surprise me. I was coming here and I was meeting a lot of people who went to ASU, and a lot of people are from Illinois, which is kind of crazy to me because it's so far away from Arizona. So it's like I was very surprised that a lot of people from even my hometown were coming here. It's pretty crazy.
All right, ask Mikki some questions.
All right, Mikki, I know you're a big gambler, obviously, right?
Yeah.
You do a lot of the baccarat stuff. You do a lot of the blackjack, a lot of the roulette.
Yeah.
What's your biggest win? What's your biggest win, and how did it feel when you got this? How did it feel in the situation? Kind of the whole adrenaline rush, everything. Let me hear all about it.
Sure. So my biggest single session win is $11,526,000.
Wow.
How did I feel? Actually, so when I have those wins, the first thing I do is I call the butler and I say, can you get me a peanut butter and jelly, slightly toasted with no crust and sliced bananas?
Okay.
And the reason for that is for 30 minutes, whatever it takes them to prepare it and bring it to wherever I am, all I can think is I can't do anything till my PB&J comes. So my first response in life is usually a bad decision. I'm like, oh, I should tattoo my face, and then I just go and do it.
Yeah,
bad decision.
Of course.
Bad decision. So I what can I do to stop myself from blowing the 11.5 mil I just won? And I started even when I was winning less than that, But what it would do is it would force me to sit there for 30 minutes. So for 30 minutes, all the ways I want to spend and blow the bag are going through my head, but I don't do it because I'm waiting for my sandwich.
Yeah.
Then the PB&J comes, I eat, and I'm like, okay, now what's my next idea?
Colin, you got to go get one of these ASU girls. We got to talk to her.
What's up?
Go grab one of these ASU girls.
Want me to grab one?
Oh, yeah,
All
go grab one. Put her right
I'll go
here.
grab one right now. Yeah, I'll go grab one right now.
Grab Kayla.
Kayla?
Yeah.
I will. Here, I'll check.
Hey, what do you think of ASU? It's nuts.
It's cool, man. I met Colin last night, and immediately him and his buddies walked in, and I was just like, these guys are solid, We just started chopping it up. We spent the whole night just vibing, and it was just cool to hang out.
This town feeds off of ASU. A lot of the the club talent and everything. When I first moved here, there was no. I've lived here 15 years. So I'm from Arizona, but not here. But when I first moved here, there was no Uber. It didn't exist. And Tempe is about 30 minutes from Scottsdale. But once Uber, now we have all the ASU girls. All right, we got Kayla over here. Colin, introduce Kayla.
What's up, guys? This is Kayla.
Hi.
What do you know about Mikki? What do you know about Mikki?
All right. So last night I got word that he's in Scottsdale, and like I was told like, oh, like some gamblers here, whatever. And then I saw a photo, and I was like, I know who that is. My dad loves you. I would watch like documentaries about you with my dad.
Phenomenal.
And I was like, holy shit, like he's here. Like it's crazy.
It's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions for you.
Wait, is your dad a gambler?
Here and there.
Here and there? All right.
Well, I want to know, what did your dad say about me when he's watching me?
Well, I mean, like, I'll go to the casino with him, like, here and there, but it's like, we saw something about you, and it was like, oh my god, this guy is, like, so rich, so crazy, whatever. And that's, like, I knew you because of your tattoos. And, like, the one with that one, that's how I recognize you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one.
Okay, have you ever heard anyone say anything bad about Mikki?
Anything
He has
bad?
a lot of haters.
No.
I looked through his
All
his
I know
comments.
is that you're banned from a shit ton of places. That's all I know. That's all I know.
All right, well, Mikki, how do you handle the haters? I look at your comments, it's insane. People that just think that what you're doing is fake, you're not really a coach.
Sure. So I learned pretty early on. So for example, if I like a video, I know what I do. I double tap and keep scrolling. But if I hate a video or I hate something someone's saying, I want to get in the comments and tell them how I feel about it. So I know to boost engagement, you need to make statements that leave room for opposition. So I really regularly will phrase my statements to leave room for the opposition.
So you're just having conversations in the comments.
Not that I'm having conversation, but I know what soundbite is clickbaitable or click
Got it.
clip
So you're
farming.
pulling that out. Okay.
Yeah, so like if you ask me a statement, I'll phrase it in a way that leaves enough room for people that are upset about it to speak on it, because that boosts engagement online.
All right. What would be the game that she needs to learn first
I need
game?
to learn a lot of stuff. I only know.
What would you recommend, Mikki?
Hag out poker.
Okay.
It's the best game to
Alright.
play in a casino.
I know. I mean, like
Is that
people have
poker?
tried to teach
Hag
me.
out poker.
Hag out poker?
Hag out.
That's
Hag
the
out.
big cards.
So there's 2 types of hag out. There's tile, which is like don't even bother, it's nonsense, and then the poker, which is cards.
Yeah.
So you get 7 cards. The dealer gets 7 cards.
Okay.
The dealer goes first, so you see all their cards face up. They make a 2-card poker hand and a 5-card.
Okay.
Then you look at your card and you have to beat them. So
Okay.
usually you do is push, because you'll look and they'll have like one hand on top, one on bottom.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, I can beat one of them but not the other. So you just arrange your hand that way and it's a push. You just have fun and play the whole night
Yeah.
without losing or winning.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it is profitable for girls to play Texas Hold'em? I have that one question for you. I want to hear about that, because what I do think is that when people go to casinos all the time, right? Texas Hold'em is a game where it's player versus player, right? And usually, like it's mostly, not trying to discriminate or anything, but it's mostly all dudes, right? And when there's a girl at the table, people are like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are like, oh shit, like she knows how to play, like this is cool. But I do feel like playing against a girl, it's a lot more profitable for a girl as long as she knows what she's doing, just because it's a little bit different. Like, what do you think about that?
I don't think the gender affects
Yeah,
their
okay,
ability
well,
to play.
well, not saying the gender, but it is a mainly male-dominated space.
I think it is mostly a male-dominated sport, and I think the reason for that is because poker is very unsexy.
Yeah.
There's nothing about poker that's like really enticing. You know,
Yeah.
it's very boring. It's very slow.
It's very, you need to wait.
Yeah, it's almost like you're studying the whole time.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything super attractive about the game of poker that interesting people or women that have more interesting things to do will say, I'd rather not do fun things and go be boring and play poker.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's why it's male-dominated.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Yeah.
Like, what would you coach me?
I would say just always stick your money in. You should just bluff every hand, you know?
Wow.
It's rare someone's going to call, so hopefully it works
that.
out.
I like that.
Okay, well, I have another question about being banned from all these casinos.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like it's been quite a bit, and emotionally, like, does that just piss you off? Like, how do you handle that anger? Like, you got to be. It sounds like it's been going on for years.
Yeah, it kind of pisses me off because it makes me feel like bad about myself, kind of. It's like getting sent to detention, sort of, you know what I mean? But I'm being sent to detention for like being good at something. So it's like, they're like, hey, you should follow all the rules and like play, you know, the best version of this card game you can. And I'm like, all right, I'll play it the best I can. And they go, yeah, you played it really good, so good that now you're in trouble. And I'm like, you know.
Yeah, that's got to wear you out.
Yeah, it's kind of not nice.
Because it hasn't changed, it doesn't sound like. It's not going to.
Nah.
It really
I stopped trying.
Well, would you say the the landscape of gambling has changed in the last 5 years with legalizing a lot of sports betting?
Yeah, for sure. Like, so Kirgo, for example, they have sports on their sports book that have never been gambled on. They have paintball, they have bare knuckle, they're adding motocross and supercross, they're adding X Games. And what's happening, like it started with paintball, right? Is that these sports that need more eyes, they need more money, they need more sponsorship, they need more love, and they're great sports that people are playing, are getting way more attention now that you can bet on it. So people just want to bet on anything, right? They bet on,
Oh yeah,
like
no, I have friends.
Overseas table tennis. Like, what do you know about?
Yeah, I have buddies. It'd be 3 a.m. in the morning, and I just spent $50K on some stupid thing. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so by Kirgo adding these other sports, it's giving more eyes to it, and it's really helping these sports develop in like a larger space. And it's really good for a lot of people in all of those sports that are usually not so seen.
You were telling me earlier, all these viral videos. These are from other people posting them.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're all on your Instagram. So
No, they're not.
They're just tagged.
I post one time a year.
Okay, so those. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Wow, and yet we see you all over.
The only thing I do is I post sex tapes on my Instagram story like 3 times a week. And other than that, I hard post one time a year, and it's only on Instagram.
What do you mean you post sex tapes? I get blocked all the time on Instagram for doing that.
I'm not sure what part I should describe further.
Okay.
The sex or the
They don't
tape.
block you for that?
No, I found a way to get around a lot of the rules on Instagram. It's like so
It's very
small.
censored.
It's so small what I do. You watch my stories?
Oh yeah.
Let him talk about you got the other mic?
Here.
He'll tell you from his perspective how I post.
Okay.
I mean, I do follow Mikki. I mean, every once in a while I see a couple things on his story. It's either it's what he just talked about, which I mean, that's whatever you want to do. But I do see a lot of gambling stuff too, and that's honestly it's a good educational purpose for a lot of people. He teaches people the right way on how to deal with your money when you're in a casino or when you're doing, kind of just dealing with life, to be honest. And I feel like, I mean, younger generation, this whole generation has been. Honestly, gambling's on the come up, right? Like a lot, it's really trending. You see all these streamers, you see whoever online on TikTok, on Kick, Twitch, all that stuff. You see all of that, and he teaches people the right way. He teaches people,
Do you charge people to coach?
No?
Yeah.
No?
He teaches people limits. He teaches people cash out points, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's honestly, it's pretty good educational value.
You teach about sports
want to
betting?
go to the casino.
I teach about everything, but when I don't. There's a difference between I think coaching and teaching. Like I don't like coach. Like I don't like charge people to sit down. I'm gonna show you what to do. It's not like that. I give everything away for free. I've never made $1 on the internet ever. I just want to help people. So something I post a lot is my experiences, what I learned along the way that helped me to be a winner gambler. And I can only share my own experiences. If I could teach things other than gambling, I'd rather, because I think gambling's really bad and no one should gamble. But so I share experiences. I'm like, hey, I learned this along the way. It helped me a lot to make money or keep my money or save my money, invest my money wherever I did. And the other thing I like to post a lot is I like to try to expose casinos for all the ways I've caught them cheating.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like my favorite.
Sounds
thing
like
to
you're
post.
very anti-institution to a point, and it sounds like the institution made you that way.
Those are my
from a
favorite
young
ones.
age.
Yeah, right?
Those are my favorite ones. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Those
no,
are my
I
favorite
am
ones.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, Kayla, will you get us 2 more girls from ASU that you think would be really funny to talk to? We want to
2
ask
more
them.
girls?
Yeah. Grab 2, okay? Come back.
Should we do CC and Kendall?
CC and Kendall, yeah.
Hi, my name is Kendall.
Hi, my name is Cece. So that's Kendall. That's Cece, 2 of my best friends in the world. They're great. They're so funny, so awesome.
We're literally
So
with
much
each
fun.
other 24/7. I feel like they're sleeping over at mine tonight. So
One of you 3, I want to know what your thoughts are on Scottsdale. Fill Mikki in. Tell him what you think about Scottsdale, since you had to have gone out Scottsdale at least once.
I love it.
Sell it to Mikki. Tell him why it's so good.
I mean, Scottsdale, like
Old Town, great place to go out.
Oh yeah.
Great place to go out. I mean, I think you'd like it. There's just such a variety of people. Like, you'll have fun no matter where you go. It's like I've been in New York, Miami, LA. I love Scottsdale, the best.
So I made a deal with Colin that if he wins the Kirgo Challenge, I'm gonna accept the bid to Pi Cap.
Yep.
So if I do, I might have to move that to Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Yeah, swear to
we'll
God.
get you in letters. We'll get you a big, like you'll have the whole experience.
What kind of perks do I get as a Pi Cap?
So you get sponsored by Fire Vapes.
Okay.
So you have endless vape supplies. And Red Bull. Red Bull bucked up. We have all those connections. I'm personally working with Alani and Prime right now, and so because I'm CR, I obviously give generously.
But I mean, you should come to Scottsdale. It's great.
Like, we'll go out to Old Town a lot just for like dinners and stuff.
You
But
don't get hit on?
what?
People hit on you when you go out?
Yeah, but you just walk away. Or
That's what you do.
I'll walk away and I'll be like, thank you, but like, we're in college.
Is OnlyFans a common thing in colleges?
I would say yes, but not in Greek life.
That's
Like,
You'd
I
be
know.
surprised.
What is it?
You would be surprised.
It's common?
But none
It
of
is
you
common.
girls are on OnlyFans.
I would
No.
say it is common.
Thank God. That's good.
You know,
Don't
you
do
could
it.
just show
Don't
your
do it.
feet in some of them. You don't have to show anything else.
I would rather
Nowadays, it's
keep
great.
I would rather have respect for myself than make a couple more dollars.
What are you
That's
going to
me
school
personally.
for?
Love that.
I'm going to school for marketing.
Marketing?
Yeah.
What are you going to school for?
Biomedical engineering. Shout out to all my engineering girls.
Wow.
She's a smart girl. Like, she's
Awesome.
one of the smartest girls I know.
And for you, as a student, were you just phenomenal in math or?
Math was always my strongest class, yeah.
Okay, and what would you say is the best skill you would need if you were gonna be good at gambling? Would you say it's math?
No, I think it's people.
Okay, just reading people.
I think it's people in general. It's more than just people. It's the way people behave. And it, not just like in poker. I'm talking about in general. It's like casinos are ran by people, built by people. So they build things to like affect your subconscious all the time and always try to drive you for all your money. So if you can be keen to what they're doing to try to manipulate you, then you can get ahead of it.
Okay, so since you know it's people, like would you say it's simpler than people think? Like people are a little simpler, like you're able to
Yeah.
read it pretty easily?
Yeah, like
It's coachable?
like in casinos, they try not to make hard corners so you don't make like a 90-degree right or left. And the reason for that is if something is curved, you subconsciously just follow the curve and go wherever the path takes you. When you have to make a sharp turn, you have to consciously turn. And they're scared that if you make the conscious decision to turn, then you'll make the conscious decision to also walk outside and leave. So if you could be aware of stuff like that, then you could be ahead of it.
Do you think gambling is something you can make a career, or ultimately you just want to make some money and start a business?
Nah, I think gambling, you will almost definitely lose, you will almost never win, and nobody should do it.
That's the best coaching advice.
Yeah.
Well, your advice is always don't gamble.
Yeah,
right?
always. My advice has
yeah.
always been any podcast I'm
Yeah.
on, any piece of content I do, it's always don't gamble.
Man, I in Scottsdale we have these casinos, and I just always wonder, like, do the locals you think have an edge on the tourists? But like, it sounds like the games you're playing are mostly just you versus the casino.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter.
Right.
Interesting.
Whoa, okay.
Not really.
Well, with that, I have one question for you. I'm sure you've been asked this before, but do you think casinos cheat?
Well, of course they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I post videos
Okay.
of it all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
he does.
Like reasoning, like why, like how,
But
like
they're greedy and they can. I mean, if you're building a business that's all about taking other people's money, and like you didn't have like anybody policing you to prevent how much you can take, like you probably just want the most.
okay. And then advice for anyone: stay away. Right?
Don't gamble.
Stay away. Don't gamble. Don't gamble.
Yeah.
Never.
I just want to like help people not get scammed at casinos and not get cheated, and that's really it. Oh, you know what I'm doing actually? This is actually good for college kids. I've been funding all my fans gambling, and yeah, that's really it. Yeah, that's like a huge thing I've been working on. I've been doing
You've
that.
been funding your friends gambling?
All my fans gambling. I've been funding it.
Just what, you Apple Cash them some money, or?
No, it's a way bigger process than that.
Okay.
Yeah, way bigger
Alright.
process. But yeah, basically I post a link once every couple of months on my Instagram story. You click the link, you fill out some basic information like first name, last name, where you live, what games you play, and what your experience level is. If you hit the right answers, then someone from my team contacts you, goes through a further vetting process over the phone. Then we onboard, we take on your accounts, I put the money in and gamble. And I chop the winnings with whoever's account it is.
All right, but also I want to know, like, before you met Mikki, like, and now that you know him, did you have an opinion? Like, be honest with me. Like, I'll be straight up with you. If I look at this guy right here covered in tattoos, my first thought is Tool. Like,
Yeah.
right away, without him saying a word. All right.
Of course.
Just
yeah.
like,
So last night I got a text from Gabe, another pie cap, great guy. He was like, "Oh, we're at this Airbnb with some famous gambler," and I was half asleep. I was like, "What?" Sends me a photo. It was super blurry, and I saw that tattoo, and I was like, "I know exactly who that is. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're lying." And then he was like, "Yeah, like we're gonna have a pool party tomorrow," and now we're here.
Amazing.
So cool, like, and you are so, like, you're so cool, like, so cool to be around. You're great.
Very down to earth.
Yeah,
Very down to earth.
so great. Because I told Colin, I was like, I'm kind of scared to, like, meet this guy. Like, You're so humble. Yeah, he's great.
We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll take a 2-minute break.
2-minute break.
Nice
Yeah,
meeting
yeah.
you.
We'll get them set up. Bring 3 more girls over and bring a degenerate gambler over here.
Got it.
Champagne poppin', you know what it is, I gotta say something. Fine dining with the best time. Scottsdale on the rocks, gotta keep it locked in. Nobody do it better, tell me who does. That's how we do it, the way that it go. Hanging with the bros, can't you never get low. I know you didn't know, so I had to let you know.
Okay, so his first advice is don't gamble, okay? Second, all right, number 1, all right? Number 2, you walk up to a roulette table.
Only play with the money you'd be willing to spend for a night of entertainment.
Okay. So if I'm trying to get out there, spend that much money on roulette.
That's right.
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
got you.
Exactly.
All right, if I'm being honest, I'm talking through you. I do need some good roulette advice. So only play with the money
You'd
that
be
you're
willing to spend on
willing to spend.
entertainment. Yeah. Like,
Okay.
like you're gonna go out, like whatever fun you think you're gonna have at the casino, be like, how much would I pay for that? And whatever you would pay for that, that's what you bring to the casino. Then you don't lose money, you're spending money.
Okay,
Only
so it
spend
needs
what
to
you're
be in
willing to
your
lose?
gambling budget.
Yeah. Always spend what you're willing to lose is what I'm hearing.
All right, I want to come back to roulette, but let's talk to the rest of ASU. Wyatt, you want to pass the mic around?
For sure.
Thank you, Wyatt.
All right, Colin did a great job at introducing you, but would you?
My name's Tiana, and then I want to get into either medical sales or digital marketing, graphic design. I'm doing a little bit of that now, but yeah, it'll be fun.
I used to be in medical sales a little bit. I own pharmacy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. When this is done, if you have any questions, I'll help
Okay,
out right
yeah.
then.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
You were in
I'm
medical
gonna talk
sales?
about that.
Well, I own pharmacies.
You own pharmacies.
Yeah, I was in the healthcare business before gambling. I own drug rehabs, clinical laboratories, and pharmacies.
Do you have any kind of medical license, or are you using?
No, you could own a company.
You don't need one.
Yeah. So, like, let's say I got sweat equity for being a consultant. I don't need a license for anything. I don't even have to have my name on a license.
Did you know in Arizona you don't need to be a lawyer to own a law firm?
I never
so
looked
it
into
sounds
it.
like that.
Yeah, it sounds similar. I never looked into the law stuff. That wasn't my path. But yeah, like let's say there was a medical provider that wanted to give me sweat equity or even investment guy to say invested. I could do those things through a company that doesn't have to be on the license. I mean, it was nationwide, but it was mostly like similar to like dropship pharmacies. So let's say you were
Got it.
a
So like
bedridden
Hims?
patient. Not quite like Hims, but let's say you're a bedridden patient and you needed, for example, a wheelchair. You can't just like go out and just start buying wheelchairs, especially if your insurance covers it. So there's only certain pharmacies that provide wheelchairs. So that's what I own, and we'd ship it to you if you're a bedridden patient.
All right, you're slinging wheelchairs.
Similar.
That's good shit. During COVID, I sold 2 million COVID tests. You know, like
Yeah?
straight up.
Amazing.
Not even kidding.
Yeah, amazing.
Had a parking lot doing like 200,000 a day.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Okay, Tiana, that was awesome. You should hit up Mikki for more medical advice because obviously he has a lot. Let's meet our friend here, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny? I play slots, yeah.
That's what you play?
That's what I play.
That's it?
I don't know, I play slots. So I play slots till I go down and then do blackjack or baccarat to get back up, then do slots again.
Okay, so what's your slot advice?
Don't play slots.
I know. It's bad.
You have no control, right?
Yeah, slots
Is there
are
a
like
guy
the word.
sitting there on the camera that sees you and hits whether you win or not?
Nah, not exactly. On slots, not exactly. It's just not a
It's
profitable
very
game.
bad odds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with like the money I gamble with, I risk my money because like slots, I have a lot more potential to win a lot more.
So you've never made money on slots?
No, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
He had
I
a
have.
4,500 X one time.
Yeah,
we
I
were talking
did.
about it last night.
On
yeah.
slots?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So I put 60 cents. I think I made like
60 cents?
3 bands.
You play
yeah,
max bet?
Huh?
You play max bet?
No, I play only like $8. Like 60 cents.
Is it true that you gotta play max bet?
You don't gotta do
Hey,
anything.
max
You wanna
bet on
win the
stakes is $1,000. So like I'm not
Yeah.
doing
I'll tell
$1,000.
you last night,
Like what are
you
you
won
talking
6
about?
grand.
Yeah, there you go. But no, definitely that does make sense. Like you have to get
All right,
smart on
well,
it.
you gotta follow Mikki. We all do. I'm psyched to see where you go with what's going on, and I'm
sure.
excited for our friendship.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
for
post
sure.
this podcast, and it's gonna do great. I love that Scottsdale got to know you. It's Scottsdale. It's not Vegas. It's not LA. So it's a great market for people to see. And we get a lot of judgment in Scottsdale. I don't know if you guys have seen any of it yet, but like for someone that clearly gets a lot of judgment, I think you're gonna fit in great in our town. And it's really. I hope we see you around here a lot more.
Yeah, so far I've had only great experiences.
All right, that's all I want to hear.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mikki.
The
Thanks for
pleasure.
coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for
It's been
coming.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we just finished our podcast up with Mikki Mase. Pretty badass. Pretty cool that he came on. He's got a bunch of friends in his place here in Scottsdale. He's heading out of town tomorrow, but we'll say goodbye to him. And we'll post a podcast. Probably in like a week. Will probably be our next pod. Mikki, I'll see you later, bro. Thank you. Thank you. We'll send you a link, and you can edit it or tell us what you want. Any advice.